Hello, everyone. Welcome to On the Bench. This is our final episode for this first season. Right. So today with me is obviously I've got Abby, our vice president. President. I always get that wrong. Abby's our president. We've got Josh Brown, our vice president, and then we've got Braxton, our social media officer. So it's just the four of us again. This one is going to be a little bit different from what we normally do. We're going to obviously go over what's happened last game week. We're going to go over what we think will happen next game week, and then we've got a little Q&A session done by all of yourselves, the viewers. So let's kick it off straight away. What's happened over the game week? Braxton, you can start us off with Reading. What's happened over the weekend with Reading?
Yeah, we didn't play. We had Bournemouth, which we talked about in the last game.
And then nothing happened.
Yeah, I think we should go straight to two of the teams that two of you support, and it's happened two seasons.
He's off to Spurs like he was last week.
It's happened 2 seasons in a row. 2 9-0 losses.
It's not a Southampton
this time
season,
to Man
is it?
United.
Okay, right.
It all went Pete Tong. It all went Pete Tong when the youngster Yank Fitz got sent off in 2 minutes.
He has apologised in front of the entire team.
Good.
He should.
Right. Okay, let's go from 2 points of view. Brown, obviously, I know you hated the game and stuff like that, whatever. Did you see any positive moments at all from Southampton or anything like that?
Yes, Mike Dean's been seen as an absolute torrid ref and will not be refereeing any of Southampton's games anymore because he's that bad of a referee.
I've never liked him either. He made us lose 6-1 to Tottenham, so at least we can agree on that.
It's also a big show that the red card was overturned and he's now available for tomorrow's game against Newcastle. Bednarak.
Yeah.
Because Mike Dean is just a bad referee. He didn't have to give that red at all.
There was no contact.
That scenario, no, there was contact, but if you look at it, Marshall was going down before the contact was made.
Yeah, I know.
So, he was literally falling over, dragging his leg back. It's not a foul.
Did he give a yellow first?
No, he didn't give any sanction.
I think, right, do you know what? I think the issue with that is, obviously, the game before yours was Wolves and Arsenal, and Louise done the exact similar thing.
It
and
was
he
similar,
got a red card.
It's similar, but it is different in the fact that
I do get
the
that,
player wasn't going down before the contact was made. That he made contact, but I think it was a clip on the back of his heel, and then the player went down. That's why it's a red card.
Yeah.
But with ours, Marshall's dragging his leg back. He's already going down, and then the contact's made. That's why it's not a foul, and you can literally see Bednarak going like, "I'm trying to get away from this."
Oh yeah, I agree. I just think the pressure from the game before, maybe that's why Dean had to go look at it, and that's why he gave the red card. But I'm glad it was overturned.
Apparently, this is what I've heard from Hasselhout after the game. If he mentioned that both the players saying it's not a foul.
It shouldn't be a foul.
Apparently, Marshall was saying it wasn't a foul as
no,
well.
Well, he has to do something then, didn't he?
Bednarak and Marshall were both saying on the pitch it's not a foul. So why have you still given it? You can't.
Yeah, but then that's down to Martial to be like, "Hey ref, I need to be honest," but he's not. So.
No, he did. Bednarak went up to Marshall in front of the referee and went, "Was it a foul? Come on!" And then he said, "No, it's not." And then Bednarak went, he literally just said that, and the ref just ignored him. Mike Dean has had a torrid couple of games with refereeing Southampton. Aston Villa VAR. You know how angry I was at that, and
United VAR as well.
About that. Yeah, I think the fourth official for the VAR on that game as well is we've put a thing in saying we don't want Mike Dean and someone, I think his name's begins with L. It's like
Lee Mason.
Lee Mason. That's it. We don't want either of them officiate.
Anyway.
We don't want them officiating our games anymore. I think if Mike Dean had gone and looked at that, turned around and gone and given Marshall a yellow card for diving, nobody would be complaining at all as much as what he has done. I think it would be left alone.
I wouldn't complain at the decision. I'd just complain at Martial, like, why are you doing that? Because I know he was looking to draw a foul in that. He was just looking for a foul. That's literally
exactly.
it.
And it's the way he's dragging his leg back and going down, and he's already halfway on the floor before the contact's made. So I think Mike Dean has just shown to everyone how bad of a referee he is, and especially with the VAR. another thing I want to point out about that 9-0 loss was the goal that should have stood.
Oh
They-
yeah,
they
Che
were-
Adams.
Yeah, they were messing around with VAR, constantly changing the lines and everything. That it was just not. It was not clear and obvious.
Does it matter if
Given the goal.
someone's hand is offside? No, it doesn't really matter. So either way, when you looked at it, Harry Maguire's hand was closer towards the goal than Che Adams.
So was Fred's. So was Fred's knee.
Yeah, so it should make Che Adams onside, but it didn't. Then the next point is, why are you checking
The
someone's
lines were
hand?
that close together. It's stupid. They need to stop it.
Why are you checking the hands? Clearly, from the last one we've seen from VAR, we've seen everywhere it's checked from the arm, but we had this discussion last time. So why are they checking the hand? Just it doesn't need to be checked.
Footballers don't score with their arms.
Exactly. That's the point. What
It's
advantage do you gain by putting your hand out? Nothing.
I think a lot of decisions in that game were the reason we lost as much as we did, and I'm just disappointed in it. But I know for a fact that we now have Vestergaard back, Bednarak's in the team. We have a good start in 11 to beat Newcastle. That's all I can say.
I think it's hard. You go. Sorry, Preston.
VAR. Problem is with VAR, it's not VAR itself, it's the poor officiating in the Premier League. It's worked pretty much everywhere else. We just have terrible officials, and it won't change until we get better officiating. Like I think I said on Monday, it has to be clear and obvious. That Che Adams offside goal is not clear and obvious. And
I think we need to bring in.
It should be like with cricket, like they do the soft signal. It's got to be whatever the on-field decision is. The VAR referee has to have substantial evidence to overturn the decision,
and it wasn't substantial at all.
I
think we need referees to come in that are specifically for VAR, not referees that are on pitch referees. There needs to be different ones coming in who like are properly trained in it and that don't keep switching between on field and VAR.
No, you're right.
I think there's certain referees in the game now that have overstayed their welcome and need to leave.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say about Mike Dean.
Realistically, from my point of view in that game, the game was kind of over the moment you got the first red card from a youngster, because then it created so much space in the middle.
He was a midfielder as well.
So when you're a player down in the midfield and you're coming up against someone like Bruno Fernandes, who genuinely already finds little pockets of space, he's now got more pockets of space to use. Then you've got Rashford out wide, who's completely unmarked at certain points because people can't cover the wing, and they're more so focused about players coming through the centre like Cavani and stuff like that. So realistically, that opened up the game a lot more. In terms of how the game should have gone, probably maybe 4-0, 5-0 was about fair, but then VAR
should have been 4-1.
Oh yeah, even 4-1, VAR just screwed it over and basically gave us a bigger goal line. That's all that happened. But yeah, I mean, I'd still be happy with a 4-1 win. At 9-0, I'm buzzing about it. I love a 9-0 win. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, this was your goal difference out.
Honestly,
that's I think after the Aston Villa game, that was just I don't know why on earth they put Mike Dean as a referee.
The confidence on Monday as well, and he said the 2-1 Southampton shattered, just shattered.
Well, yeah, because Mike Dean's an absolute special. He shouldn't be reffing the game anymore. He should be gone.
Let's move on to.
I think with the only thing I'm going to say is I think with the Southampton saying they don't want him officiate anymore, it's going to bring a lot more teams to have the confidence to say that about officials.
I don't want him
because you don't normally see that from football teams saying we don't want them officiating anymore.
Yeah, sure.
What about Chelsea? Another win.
Oh God, I've never felt like this for about 2 months. That was our first back-to-back win since November, which is quite impressive. I thought first half we were just completely dominant at Spurs. There was so much space in the middle of the park for Kovacic, Mount, Hudson-Odoi, so much space. We really utilised our right side of the pitch, and that's where our penalty came from. Burner took the ball down. He pushed it past Dyer, I think, took it down, and then Dyer chipped him over. Thank goodness Jorginho didn't do his stupid little step. I think that's what caught Lloris out, because I think he was expecting that. He just smashed it into the bottom corner, 1-up. And the second half, Spurs came out a little bit more, but I think we had some good chances that we just wasted. Kovacic and Mount had some really good chances through the middle, but they just played the wrong ball. I thought Mount was brilliant. I thought Alonso played well. He covered the most ground out of anyone on the pitch. Another clean sheet. Like, we haven't conceded a goal in 3 games, which is been very rare for us recently. Up to 5th or 6th now. I think we're 6. But from what we've been from 10th to 6th, I think in 3 games that Tuchel's been there, I think it's been very good progress so far. And this formation seems to be working. I mean, Silva might be out injured for a little while with a pulled hamstring. But apart from that, I'm quite happy. It's happy days.
I would just like to point out.
I think what I said when Lampard got fired was, you wouldn't be sad anymore when you started winning, Dean. And
I still am a bit sad at the back of my head, obviously, but I have to support my team regardless if I agreed with the choice Abramovich made or not. I mean, I still don't agree with it, but I can't help but be happy with how we've played. So it's
I would like to point out, you said Jorginho's stupid little hop, skipping or whatever. I'm just saying Bruno adopted that method from Jorginho, and he's scoring penalties. So
yeah,
he knows how to do it better. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Jorginho hadn't missed one for quite a while, but he'd missed 3 of the last 7, and they've really costed us in some games. So I thought it was a bit different from to what he did this time, and it'd be nice to mix it up, because all the goalkeepers are waiting to see where he's going to put it now. But it was a good penalty, and Vinicius made me spill water all over myself because I thought it went in. When his header just went wide, I was drinking some water and it ended up all down me rather than in my mouth. But yeah, happy days.
What do you think about Timo Werner getting taken off penalties? Because he was your penalty taker, then obviously
he wasn't. He wasn't. Jorginho was off the pitch.
When he was so before at the start, Lampard obviously had named Werner as your penalty taker.
No, he didn't. It was Jorginho. It's always been Jorginho, and
He
Werner's
wasn't
been
playing
the
Jorginho.
second. Yeah. So when Jorginho's not on the pitch, Werner takes him. When he is, Jorginho takes. Jorginho's always been our penalty taker.
The thing is,
and then he missed some, but then Werner was on the pitch, and Werner took him, and he scored, and he's missed one as well. But
okay, because at the start of the season, I remember Lampard was telling out to basically the Premier League, when obviously like fantasy wise, you have to list out your set piece takers and stuff like that, and he'd put Werner at the top of that point, so that's why I assumed
it's Jorginho than Werner, 100%.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying Lampard had put that in.
Fantasy's wrong then. Fantasy's 100% wrong.
Maybe.
No.
But, yeah, fair enough. We'll go to our good old predictions for next game week. Obviously, we've got the big game, City and Liverpool.
Get them up.
That's coming about. I'm trying to think. Are you not playing Sheffield United this week, or is that
We've got Sheffield United.
Yeah, Sheffield.
7:15, 7:45 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Why do you remember the time?
Because I've already looked.
Right,
okay.
so
set up.
We'll start with Saturday then. Aston Villa, Arsenal.
Interesting game, I think.
1-1.
I reckon it might be a 1-0. It might be a 1-0 scrape for maybe Aston Villa potentially.
Villa's form hasn't been great. I'd back Arsenal. I'll go for a 1-0 Arsenal.
Fair enough.
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1. Fair enough.
Next one is Burnley, Brighton.
Snooze fest.
0-0 draw.
1-0.
I was going to say 0-0.
1-0 Brighton.
1-0 Brighton.
That's been their last few results as well against Liverpool and Spurs. Knowing that they'll beat Liverpool and Spurs and then somehow lose to Burnley. That's just how life goes.
Newcastle, Southampton.
That could go
2-1 Southampton.
Yeah, I could see it either being a 2-2 draw, or I could see it being where Newcastle slightly top it as a 2-1 win.
Just to point out, we have our centre back pairing back in the form of Vestergaard and
Oh, what?
Bednarak.
Both Vestergaard and Bednarak.
They're back, yeah, back as a
Okay,
centre
then
back pairing.
I'd like to change my decision to a 1-1 draw. Callum Wilson might be able to sneak one in.
I'd say 2-1 Newcastle. Sorry, Josh. I just think I don't know.
It's all right. It's all right. You can apologise more when we win.
Well, I actually predicted you to beat Man United, so
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we all know our reaction
All of you did.
last time we lost to Leicester.
very true. Very,
All
very
of you
true.
predicted that we were going to lose to Southampton. I was the only one that said that we'll win, but I said like 2-1. I didn't know it was going to be 9-0.
Last time we lost 9-0. We came from the bottom 3 and finished 11th. Now we will come from 12th and finish 6th.
Top 4.
We will win. We will win that game 2-0.
Top 4.
Fulham,
That's-
West Ham.
I'm not that hopeful. West Ham, Fulham, yeah.
3-1
one.
West Ham.
Yeah, I can
Sushek
agree.
Brace, Antonio assist in a goal. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I can agree with that one. Nah,
Yeah.
Dawson's going to score another header. He's been on form. He's been
I-
banging him in, to be fair.
I go.
He's up for Player of the Month.
Yeah, he has been.
I've seen Craig Dawson has a higher XG in the last. I think it was the last 3 games in Spurs.
Yeah,
I'm not
So he's been
surprised.
expected to score more goals than Spurs.
What a guy. He's been doing well.
Yeah. Find him. I don't know how they did. They just find him.
Mm.
Actually, no.
Lingard.
Lingard might get a goal in. You never know.
I'm going
You got to brace.
4-1. 4-1.
4-1.
Lingard, Dawson.
I don't think Lingard's going to score again. I think he got lucky against some bad goalkeeping. He's not
Yeah,
good.
he did.
Like the first goal was like maybe because Martinez
Nah,
did
both were. He should have saved them both.
the first one Martinez got a strong hand to, so the fact it's still gone in is like maybe. The second one definitely should have been saved. The second one is a definite should have been saved, but the first one's like you really can't do much because he's wrong footed and he's still got a strong hand to it and it's still gone in.
Fair enough. The next
Man U,
game
Everton.
is Man U Everton, yeah.
Wait, are we home or are we away?
You're
You are home.
Okay, then we'll probably end up with a 1-1 draw.
I was going to say 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2-0.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, why not?
Goodison Park is always our kryptonite. I don't know why. We always do awful at Goodison Park. So this time we're at home, we might get a draw.
I'll go. I don't know. Everton have been all right recently.
I think their form back up. To be fair,
I'll go for 1-1. Yeah.
fair enough.
Next one's Tottenham West Brom.
West Brom getting destroyed.
2-0, I reckon.
I reckon 3-0.
I'll go 2-0 and West Brom. If that happens, they would have conceded 54.
I'm going to be very optimistic. I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Interesting.
Fair enough. I mean, okay.
I mean, Spurs' form isn't great, so
They've lost the last 3.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
I think Big Sam's going to work a wonder class like he did at Anfield.
Yeah, I don't really think so, but all right.
No, to be fair though, their last 3 games, 2 of them have been Chelsea and Liverpool. Fair enough, the Brighton one you can rip into them all you want, but Liverpool and Chelsea.
I think for like their West Brom game, Tottenham need to stop soaking up pressure and trying to score off a set piece. I think they actually need to go for goals.
I think what he keeps doing is like telling them to get an early goal and then just sit back. What's the point?
It's
boring.
It's either that or he's just saying soak up the pressure and we'll get a goal off a set piece. But like, it's not working against big teams, and then small teams he's actually got to push for it. Like Sheffield United, he was just pushing for a goal. I mean, they won 3-1 to be fair, but I think that's what they need for West Brom because they need a win at some point. They can't just stay on draws and stuff like that.
Wolves and Leicester is the next game.
I think Wolves will get that, actually. I don't think Vardy's back yet.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, they were really poor against Leeds, but then they played really well the other day. I think they're very up and down when Vardy's not in the team.
I think the only reason Wolves won against Arsenal and they didn't draw is because of the red cards.
Yeah, I think that might turn their season around though. Sometimes things like that happen.
Bit of confidence, yeah.
William, I'm gonna go 2-1 Wolves, just because I want Leicester to lose. So I was gonna go 2-1 Wolves.
I think Leicester are gonna win based on the fact that Wolves strikers aren't the ones really getting the goals and haven't got off the mark yet. So I'm going to go with a Leicester 2-1.
Leicester 2-0.
I'm going to go with the Leicester 1. I'm going to go with the 1-1. That's what I'm going to go with. I feel like Wolves will score first, and then good old comeback king Harvey Barnes will equalise. It's just what he does. So yeah, that's what I'm going with.
It is the big match next, Liverpool City.
We all hype this up, Liverpool at Anfield, but you know it's going to end as a 0-0. We all hype it up. We all get so excited for it, but it always ends 0-0.
I'm actually going to say 2-0 City.
Yeah, 1-0 City for me.
The thing is, like, City's attack hasn't been as good as it normally is, but then the thing is as well,
you look at Liverpool's defence.
Liverpool's defence is shaky at the moment, so it's
no
like
Matip, no Van Dijk, no Joe Gomez, is there?
Nope.
Three main centre backs gone.
But they got Ben Davies, their new Preston centre back.
They also signed. Is it Kabak? What's his name?
Yeah, Kabak.
Yeah. I don't think they'll play yet, so I think it'll be a Henderson and Phillips again. So I think it's going to be 2-0 City.
I think it's going to be 0-0 because, like, I don't know why, but Pep just has an agenda against his strikers because obviously Aguero's injured and stuff like that. And then sometimes he won't start Gabriel Jesus, and when he does bring on Jesus, he plays him out wide, and everyone's thinking, "What is this guy doing?" So I don't know.
It's working though.
No, but the thing is, sometimes it just doesn't work. Like it takes him later on until he moves Gabriel Jesus into the middle for it to work.
Yeah,
by that point, sometimes it's too late.
But I mean, Man City are 3 points clear of a game in hand. I mean, it must be doing all right so far. I mean, I don't like how inconsistent his lineups are either.
He's because he's got so much squad depth. He can constantly run stuff out. But yeah, I'm gonna go with 0-0 draw on that one.
To be fair, City have won every game in the league since December the 15th. So I'd probably go for a 2-0 Man City.
Apparently Mane and Fabinho are back in training.
Could shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it'll change up too much. I'll still stay 0-0.
Alisson is better after illness.
I'll still go 2-0 Man City.
Yeah, I'm still going to agree.
I'm sticking 0-0.
Right.
Next one is...
it's Sheffield-Chelsea.
1-0 Sheffield. 1-0 Sheffield.
With McGoldrick to score.
Okay, 3-1.
I'll say 3-1 Chelsea.
McGoldrick scores.
Okay,
we
yeah.
Always, if a striker hasn't scored for a while, you know, like Benteke did, McGoldrick did. McGoldrick always scored against us. I think he scored in the home fixture reverse, which we won 3-1 as well. He'll score again. Or Billy Sharp will score. Yeah, I think this is where our clean sheet might go. It's an away game. I feel like Sheffield's always a tough game for us. Say it like Bournemouth isn't, and I think we'll concede this game with Silva not there, possibly, most likely. 3-1, I'd say. I might
just say 3-0 just because.
Thank you.
I don't think Sheffield are going to do bits against 5 at the back, which you've been playing quite a lot. Did you play 5 at the back against Tottenham as well?
We done 3-4-3, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Sheffield will know how to get through that. I think it's going to be 3-0.
The thing is, Chelsea play 3-4-3, whereas Sheffield play something like a 5-3-2 or something like that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I think two strikers against five
it's technically 2 strikers against 3, technically.
Yeah, but it's more like a 5 at the back, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but they've got no Thiago Silva, so it's what? It's Zuma, Christensen, and who else?
Nah, it'll be Rudiger, Asby, and Christensen. They don't think Zuma's going to be fit yet. He's injured.
They'll play Hudson-Odoi as right wing back.
Do you know what? I don't think he'll change the lineup. I mean, I think he might stick Tammy up front. Actually, well, I said don't change the lineup. I think he might make 2 changes. I think he might bring Tammy in.
Hudson-Odoi played striker for you against Tottenham.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
didn't
they were all rotating. Like Mal was up front at one point. I was like, oh my gosh. Then Hudson was up there. I wonder if we keep Hudson-Odoi was up there. I mean, yeah, I think he'll rotate Werner, if I'm honest.
I still want him a goal, so I'm going to go 3-1. I just want him a goal. That's all I want.
I'll take 3-1, you know. Someone's got to score against us, so it might as well be a goal drink.
I'll go 3-1 as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
That means the last game we have to predict is Leeds versus Palace. And I think it's going to be a 2-0 Leeds. No Zaha. I'm backing Leeds 2-0. They're home.
Okay, Leeds 2-0.
I'm saying Leeds 3-1 on that one as well.
I think
Bamford's doing bits at the moment.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
Raphinha as well.
I feel like Bamford will get a goal and assist. I reckon Harrison will score, and I reckon you know what? I reckon Raphinha will score as well. And then obviously from Crystal Palace side, it's either an Eze free kick or it's an Eze assist, and maybe I don't know, whoever wants to score can get on the end of it and score.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it'll be. Unfortunately, I think Leeds will win. I think it'll be quite a big scoreline as well.
Why is that unfortunate?
I think 4-1 Leeds, actually, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I might change to 2-1 actually. I think Palace will sneak a goal in.
Palace always seem to sneak a goal in, whether it comes from anywhere across the field at the moment.
I can't see him doing it without Zaha.
Eze does bits though.
I think he gives them more confidence.
He does. He wasn't great against Newcastle before he got injured. He weren't really there. He weren't getting into the game a lot. But he's always that one player that just pops up randomly and does that magic. I just don't think Palace. I think they're going to struggle against a high intensity Leeds side.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's finish off with Stoke Reading. I'll go. I think that'll be a tough one for us going to Bet365. I'll probably go. Still back us. So I'll go for a 1-0.
Is it a cold and wet, windy night in Stoke?
Jesus Christ.
Might be.
Watch out, mate. They'll score from the bloody goalkeeper bit with the wind coming in through the empty corners.
2-1 Reading.
I'm going to say 2-1 Reading.
5-0 Reading. I hate Stoke.
Lucas João will score.
I'd be so happy if he won 5-0.
Swift.
Reading's goalkeeper will score.
No, he's not scoring.
Rafa will score.
No,
he's going to score. He's going to score from his own box when the wind carries it.
I feel like it's going to be a Lucas João goal. And then, you know what? I really want to see a Sonny Luca goal. I really want to see a Sonny Luca goal. That's what I'm going to predict.
He'll score a hat-trick.
I love Sonny Luca, so I want him to score.
Nice. One more game. Tonight's game, actually, Gillingham-Lincoln. We might as well predict it. One in the week in the Papa John's.
Yeah, happy days.
Alex Palmer, man of the match.
2-0 Lincoln. Easy win.
2-0 Lincoln.
2-0 Lincoln.
Yeah, Gillingham's a shitty pitch. And they're not doing too well. They're down near the bottom-ish, like bottom 6, bottom 7, I think. I think, 2-0 win.
Cool. Easy days. Easy and happy days. Right.
It's an awful pitch, just to clarify that.
Oh, yeah, it is. Right, we will switch you to our little Q&A session or opinion session, basically. So what we've done is we've obviously put our little post up on Instagram. Thank you to Josh Braxton, our social media officer, who's done that for us. Yeah, Tech Wiz. So what he's done is he's put up a little story with a little question box, and obviously yourselves answered it and stuff. So what we'll do is we're going to go through the questions, have a little discussion, little debate, stuff like that, you know. So let's kick it off. The first question that we have is, who is the most underrated player in the Premier League so far?
That was your one, Dean.
It was.
Along with most overrated as well. We
Go on
might
then,
as well answer them
Go on
together.
then, if it's your question, Dean, why don't you kick us off?
Of course, let's do
Yeah.
it. Because I don't know the
Go on.
answers, but I'll just fling out some names. Underrated.
Yeah.
I don't. Just from the top of my head. I do think Bamford is slightly underrated because everyone's like, oh, he's championship player. He's got, in 20 games, he's got about 10 goals now and 5 assists. Might be a bit dodgy there. In 21 games now. And I think that's a very good return for a player that's deemed a championship player. First proper season he's been given the Prem. I know he was at Middlesbrough, but I think this is the first time that he's been starting quite often. And also, I think Højbjerg's quite underrated as well. I don't know what it is about him. I think he's really solidified Tottenham's midfield a lot more alongside Sissoko, giving the defence a lot more cover.
I think he's a snake.
I know you do. I just think he's settled in really well in the Spurs side. Overrated. I mean, that's...
Werner.
I'm not going to say my own team, even though I might agree slightly at the moment. Do you know what? I do think Ryan Brewster is a bit overrated. I know that's a bit plucked from the sky. Sheffield United have spent a lot of money on Ryan Brewster and he doesn't start. There has to be some sort of issue there. I know he done well at Swansea. I know they didn't come up. But then you've got to distinguish. I know he's a young player, but the money that they've paid for him and he does have experience, I think he's a lot more hype than what people make him out to be, but that's just my opinion. When I've seen him in the Championship, he's played well, but when he's played in the Prem, I don't think he's been good enough. And I think Sheffield have needed that striker, and I don't think he's stepped up to the role and the money that they paid for him. That's just been plucked from thin air, and I can't think of anyone else.
I think Brewster might need another season in the Championship, so I think relegation would do well for him with Sheffield United to try and obviously get promoted again. And I think if he gets 15, 20 goals under his belt in a whole season in the Championship, convert that into the Premier, try and convert that back in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Come good again, but
it's a lot of pressure, like Silva for Wolves. It's a lot of pressure, a lot of money. To perform straight away, and I think when you put that on a young person's shoulders, they have to perform for the money that you've paid for them, and unfortunately, neither of them two have. And I think that's why I think they're overrated. That's just my opinion.
So, Braxton, what have you got?
I'm going to go underrated. Fulham midfielder Andre Frank, Zambo and Gisa. I think he's like their best midfielder. I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham went down that another Premier League club pluck him, because he's a great midfielder, one of the best ones in the lower half, along with like Basuma to go along with it as well. Lundstrom's pretty good, handy as well. Overrated. Havertz, Werner. Oh, Dean's off now.
You can't walk away from that. It's true.
But I think calling him overrated is a bit harsh because this is their first season. They weren't being played right. I'd go with Maguire, to be honest. I'm gonna make Roshan now. Maguire is overrated for.
I don't think he's overrated anymore because everyone just calls him rubbish.
Well,
everyone knows everyone says it. I think
in terms of England, that's
in terms of people who actually play football and actually play him, yes.
Southgate.
Yeah.
Well, what about you?
He definitely wasn't worth 80 million. They just
no way. Brown, what about you? Underrated and overrated?
There are people I can think of. I don't think Eze's talked about quite a lot for Palace. He's having a good season. He's a bit underrated. I think he's under Zaha's shadow a bit because they just love Zaha. I'll probably go with him as the main one, but I do think Walcott might be a bit underrated this season for Southampton.
Okay.
He's had a very good season. His movement has been beautiful.
I think he's been underrated across his whole career, if I'm honest.
I do as well.
I think he was brilliant at
yeah.
Arsenal. I thought he was superb.
I think he's an underrated player overall, but yeah, this season he's a bit underrated. He obviously didn't play against Man United, but I think he'll be back in the squad tomorrow, hopefully. So I think we're going to do bits, but yeah, I'll go with Eze as the main one. I don't think he's getting credit that he deserves.
Overrated.
I'll go with Werner. Sorry, Dean. No, I can't not go for him. You can't spend that money on a striker.
Oh, using what I've just said.
I know. You said it. And arguably, Chelsea spent more money on him than Sheffield did on Brewster. I know it's relative based on the team's funds and that, but I do have to go with Werner.
Yeah.
I think it is a confidence thing with him. I think he needs to get off the mark in some way, whether it's a little scrappy goal that isn't that good, give him a bit of a boost, and I think it'll kick off. I think he just needs to find the right way to play in the Prem and get used to it a bit more. It's obviously a lot.
Players.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. But yeah, I'll go with Werner. Sorry, Dean.
It's okay. I think Havertz and Werner is correct.
There is another striker I can go for if you want. I can say his name instead.
Yeah.
Abama who?
Abama.
No one knows since he signed his contract. They're like, who's that?
Abama Yang. I can say he's been a bit overrated, especially. Well, he's not been talked about this season because he's rubbish.
He's not been doing much. For me, I went my underrated. I went Eze just because I've always thought he's class at QPR, and then he's still class now at Crystal Palace. So yeah. Overrated. I went a bit controversial on this, and I went with the main man, HEUNG-MIN's son. I feel like he doesn't do much without Kane. That's what I've gone with because I saw in the Chelsea game he was so quiet, and then now I'm thinking, you know what? Now that Kane's gone, I want to see him do something. If he doesn't do anything, then yeah, I'm right. If he does do bits, then I'll put my hands up and say I'm wrong. I'm happy with that. But yeah, I'm saying he's overrated. Without Kane, he's not doing anything.
I just think with the partnership Kane and Son have had this season, Son hasn't scored in his last 6 games, and 3 of those Kane hasn't been there. So he wasn't scoring when Kane was with him as well.
He assisted.
Yeah. I think that's very harsh to say he's overrated. And we've actually, we'll go on to one of the questions later, but he can't. He's not. I can't.
I want to see
even
him
as
do
a
something.
Chelsea fan.
I want to see him do something.
I don't think there's anybody on the end. Like, I think he's still doing what he needs to do. It's just that there's no backups to help him do what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
I think that's it. I think he's doing well. I just don't think he's got anyone on the end of his crosses or anything like that.
I agree.
On his passes to score.
I agree.
That's the only reason he needs him, because he needs the goal poacher himself.
I think it's like good players shouldn't need good players to play with in order to be good. They should be able to do stuff with shit players.
Yeah, I know. I think he's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's playing well. He just not getting the stats like assists or goals because he has no one else supporting him.
Yeah, but even last season, Kane was injured again, and I think Son pushed through and played well.
Look at the Tottenham team. Look at Leeds team. Bamford's pulling out stuff, and half the players aren't even as good as half the players in Tottenham. He's still doing bits. So Son should be able to do the same as well. Without Kane, there's no real excuse of he hasn't got anyone good to go on the end of the crosses. Because realistically, Tottenham is what is considered one of the big 6. They should have good players, which they do have good players. So, and they're consistently playing in the Prem. So there shouldn't really be an excuse of they're not good enough to get on the end of it, because they should be good enough to get on the end of it.
I just don't agree with that.
That's where I'm going. I mean, yeah, if he does perform, then I'll put my hands up and say, yeah, I'm wrong. But for now,
I just don't think you can put Son.
I'm saying he's playing. I think he's playing a bit more out of position recently, though, as well.
I'm not saying Werner and
I think they're playing him a bit out of position, though, as well.
Well, yeah,
I think the lad's done well. I think he's always been good for Spurs. I mean, I wouldn't mind him in the Chelsea team, but
take away Kane now, and I'm telling you, he'll go quiet. He will go quiet.
Roshan was right. Roshan was right with the clickbait title stuff. You'll definitely get a good clickbait title out of some of your opinions. Just saying.
Yeah, I agree. Son is
Human Son overrated.
Yeah.
What question mark? What question mark?
Right. Well, okay. We'll leave that. So obviously, I always come up with the controversial stuff. Next question is the most underrated team in the Premier League.
Most underrated team in the Premier League.
Yeah. For me, I said West Ham. I put
Yeah.
West Ham.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. No
I
one
think-
expected.
yeah. No.
Yeah.
I think they've got several very good players. I think they've
Oh
got
yeah.
a fair few good players, and then I think they've got some average players where the good players, very good players, have made them look even better than what they are. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think what's his name, Ogbonna is particularly great, but I think with Cresswell and Kufal and Rice and Souček have made Dawson and Ogbonna be a lot better than what Dawson was at West Brom, and I think Ogbonna's taken a massive step up this season as well. Even
Yeah.
going forward, I think I know Ben Ryan was good at Brentford, but I think being surrounded by Bowen, like Fornells, Antonio has made him an even better player, and I just think they've been brilliant this season.
Don't forget Lanzini, the most clutch player in the league. Lanzini.
Oh, that goal!
Lanzini! Oh, he's won 400 quid. Shot.
Classic.
That was
Classic.
so good.
I want to say Brighton.
Oh, so you're gonna say Brighton. So everybody else has said West Ham, and then there's Braxton saying Brighton. Right. Next question is the current Premier League team of the season. So the way we've done this is we've basically the four of us we've come up with a team together because we've done this before already on another podcast. So this is from this season so far now. Braxton, you've got the team sheet.
You can see my biochemistry practical work.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
This is a scrap sheet of paper that I managed to write on it. Okay. Goalkeeper Martinez. We all decided on that. We all had him. Great player. Nothing more to say. Right back, João Cancelo.
Mm-hmm.
Done really well this season. The formidable partnership of Diaz and Stones. Robertson at left back. Souček at CDM. I mean, you can't leave out a CDM who scored 8 goals this season. If he's going to give you that goal threat from there, perfect. Fernandes and De Bruyne as the midfielders. And then Salah on the right wing, Kane up top, Son on the left wing.
Yep. And do we have a few special shout-outs? We said
Forgot the honourable
mentions.
Wilson, Sadio Mane, Luka Digne, Harvey Barnes, Yannick Vestergaard. Could give a shout to Bednarek, Pope, Højbjerg, McCarthy, Maddison, Vardy, Ings, DCL, Calvert-Lewin.
Mason Mount.
JWP.
JWG, Ward-Prowse, Grealish. Watkins.
Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins has been pretty good.
I think McGinn is really good as well.
Oh yeah, McGinn is actually quite good.
Dawson as well. We mentioned Dawson.
Dawson, as well. But well recently. Right, next question. Should we go? I found one. How does it feel to lose 9-0 twice? Just a quick one round.
We put that in.
Roshan.
Next question, I think.
Yeah. Who is your favourite player that does not play for your team? Attacker, midfielder, defender, goalkeeper.
Sorry, I've just removed Roshan from the call.
Oh my! Wow.
So, player that we would like.
Yeah, who's the player that you like that's not from your club?
Sorry, Roshan.
Roshan, you're muted as well.
You idiot, man.
So, who is your favourite player that does not play for your team? Attacker, midfielder, defender, goalkeeper from Roshan.
Attacking midfielder. Goalkeeper.
Strike like a forward and midfielder. Forward for me. Struggling. Kane. I like Kane. except for his slightly dodgy antics of trying to hurt players, leaning into them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah. Midfield, I've always liked De Bruyne, so I'll go De Bruyne. I think he's class. Defender, Ryan Bertrand. He used to play for Reading, and he's good.
Oh my God.
Goalkeeper Emi Martinez. What
Fair
you
enough.
say? He used to play for us, and he was brilliant when I watched him.
I'll agree with Martinez. Striker, I'm going Vardy just because he's a little menace. I love when he gets angry as well and smashes flags. Midfielder, I'm going with Grealish just because of the way he can draw fouls and just play beautifully. Defender, yeah, give me Robertson. I want him. Might as well. We need a new left back soon. He's getting a bit old.
Nice.
Decent.
Dean.
Four. Striker. Do you know what? I think I go with Jimenez. I think he's a very good striker, very all-rounded player. Midfielder. I think I agree with Brown. I think Grealish is. I think he's top class. I think he should go to a better team. No offense.
He should be snapped up.
Yeah. Defender. I really like Cancelo. I don't know if I go on about that enough. I like him. And then goalkeeper, Nick Pope.
Fair enough. My ones were my attacker. I went with Ibrahimovic because he's just slotted into the AC Milan team pretty well, considering they're all a bunch of like youngsters, and I think he's done decent with them. Midfielder, I went with Souček because everyone knows I love Souček. He's a solid player. My defender, I went with Robbo because I mean it's just Robbo. He's just a different breed, that guy. And then keepers, obviously Emi Martinez, just because of how he was treated at Arsenal, and then how he's now just started performing and things like that. So yeah,
he's rubbed it in their face.
Oh yeah, but big time.
I bet they wish they had him now that Leno's got a red card.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Not and Runa sitting.
Imagine having a keeper that doesn't know where his area is. Imagine.
Imagine having him in your FPL team.
Wait, can I just ask a question? Is because like Bednarak's red card's been overturned, does that get taken away from FPL as well?
It doesn't.
It should do.
It should do, but it doesn't, unfortunately.
FPL are wrong.
Yeah, they tend to be wrong a lot of the times.
So we have a non-football related question here from Roshan. Why am I balding? I'm not balding, guys. I'm not balding. Please stop ridiculing with me that. Yes, lad, I'm sure. Quickly moving on. Jacob Austin, who was your footballing hero from your club and one outside?
Matt Lettiz.
He was a baller. I saw some of his goals in the compilation the other day. Oh my gosh.
There's one specifically that I love, and it's where somebody like kind of like rolls it or flicks it up on the free kick, and he just like half volleys it into the corner. That is my favourite goal from him ever. What a beautiful human. Outside the club, I don't know. You know, I think I always oh bloody hell. I don't know. I've always just loved the way Beckham plays. Like I think he's a class passer of the ball.
Yeah.
And I've kept track of his life and stuff since football's been over and that. And I obviously went to a game where he got like the Man United legends versus the World XI or something like that, and he got his son on. So I think it's got to be Matt Lettiz and Beckham for me.
Decent.
Nice one.
Yeah.
My one. I'll do my one because I thought of it. Got to be Adam Lafondra for me. Watching him when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Brilliant player, brilliant striker. I'll give a shout to Joby McAnuff as well because he was captain. Really liked him at the time there. Then outside, Wayne Rooney. Just like he was the best striker at the time when I was like really got watching into football.
Class player.
Yes.
Me?
I think, God, I'd say Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Most
just
goals for
because
Chelsea.
just because what he's done for us.
Mhm.
Another team, I would say Dennis Bergkamp. I thought he was an absolute baller. Growing up, I used to try and like idolize how he played and like try to use. I know it's like back in the day, like early 2000s, late 90s, but used to watch it. I thought he was a great player. So yeah, Dennis Bergkamp.
Club wise, I was debating this. Is between Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo. There's also Van Nistelrooy, he's a shout up there, and Vidic, he's a shout. Ferdinand, but I went with Rooney. Absolute baller when he's played with us, and he's basically the main guy that's gone from a striker down all the way to like a CDM, and he's still performed every week in, week out. So he's in there. Outside the club, it was a bit hard. I'm like, there's obviously Ronaldinho that I've loved. I've always watched him and stuff like that, so I've loved him. Thierry Henry, he's an absolute baller. Loved him. Ian Wright, good shout. Kaka. One guy I do like quite recently, quite now outside, is Marcus Thuram for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Love him. He's a solid player. So yeah, I'll go with Marcus Thuram because I like him.
On the note of other teams, if you could play for any team other than your favourite club, which one would it be?
This one's bearing in mind like as if you're playing your own position, like in football.
We'll put that in as well. Where have you played football and what positions do you play? There.
Yeah.
Well, we know I'm a goalkeeper. I've tried everywhere, but goalkeeper's my preferred one. I mean,
he's not very good with his feet. He needs his hands.
I'm decent in midfield, spraying a few passes, but like try and task me to shoot and
Just get over the bar.
6 yards out. I'll miss from 6 yards out.
Twice.
God.
And then if I was a team that I would play for, if it wasn't my favourite club, just like Barcelona. Like imagine like I'm the goalkeeper for Barca and we've gone to a Champions League final. That'd be brilliant.
You see the announcement, they're like, in goal we have Josh Braxton. Then they pan to the defence where it's like he go, what is it, PK and Longley and maybe Dest if he does decide to get started and stuff like that. Good off.
Yeah. What about you, Dean?
I started out as a left winger, then realised I wasn't fast, so went up front. And then when I moved to Palace, my first season I was a striker. Then I moved to centre midfield where I stayed. So yeah, I'd say more of a centre midfield. That's where I felt best at. If I didn't play for, not Chelsea, I'm not going to include Palace either. I think I would. Do you know what? I think Juventus will be quite an interesting team to play for. Italy's a nice place. Something different to Spain because I find Spanish football quite boring now. Italian football's got better. So I think I'd say Juventus.
Cool. Brown, what have you got?
Well, I started out in goal and then I stopped growing. So I don't know. I've kind of played quite a lot of positions. When I was in my school team tryouts, I wanted to go to right back because I felt like that was probably one of my better positions. They tried to play me CM. It just didn't work because again, I'm 5'8". What's the point? I'm not Kante. Sorry. So I played right back for a bit, which I enjoyed, but then I've kind of more adopted like a right mid to right wing role. But apparently now I'm a striker of a five-a-side team, so easy win. And I think I'd probably for the team I'd probably have to say Barcelona as well, just purely for the fact that I was born there. That's pretty much it. Representing the local
Weird
club.
flex, but okay.
Local club represented.
Both Josh B's are in the Barcelona squad.
Yeah.
Well,
Josh Brown alongside Messi.
They'd be shouting Brown at Braxton.
I'll launch up the ball for Brown, and then he'll get on the end.
I'll volley it home from the halfway line.
Nice.
The dream.
For me, I started off as a goalkeeper, just like Josh Brown. Once again, yeah, I stopped growing, so I conceded a lot of goals going over the top of my head. Coach told me to give striker a go and see how that goes. Thought I'm pretty decent, so I went there. Played for Buckinghamshire County, and in there, I actually got dropped down to play as a cam. I quite liked it, so that's what I've always played. So yeah, I'd play as a cam. Where would I play? For which team? Probably go Olympic Lyon. If I play as a cam, and then I know I've got Moussa Dembele and Memphis Depay up top. So yeah, I got Olympic Lyon. I'd fit quite nice on there, I think.
Wait. Moussa Dembele.
I think he's at Atletico though.
He's moved to Atletico Madrid.
He's still got the
You know what? I'll still stay there with Depay. Yeah, I'll take Depay.
Nice.
I mean, he might be off soon, so I don't know what you're gonna do then.
Nah,
Yeah.
He'll carry the team. He'll carry the team.
Losk is looking like a good club.
While he's here, while he's still there, I'm gonna go play for Lyon. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sorted.
Yeah.
Nice.
What are the other ones we've got?
Our five-a-side team's going to be lethal.
We've got Ollie has sent in. Bolton are by far the greatest team the world has ever seen, and also sent one of they'll return to their former glory in 10 years. I think the latter is possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the latter.
By far the greatest team.
I don't think either is possible.
Well, the thing is, they need to sort out. The first thing they need to sort out is management, because they keep getting rid of managers very quickly. And the second thing they need to sort out is in terms of the youth players coming in. What if they can get those two sorted? Then yeah, the latter can end. But the first part, saying they're the greatest team. No, you can't be the greatest team the world has ever seen when you're pretty much almost going into non-league football. So
League Two.
there could be non-league. You never know. Next year they might be in the Conference North next year. You never know.
I could barely hear his question from down there.
Oh.
It's something Abby says. Mind the gap.
In the gap. Sorry, Ollie. Oh,
Oh, it's just turned some Bolton questions into ribbing Ollie for them being crap. Let's go. Popular opinion: Harry Kane is the best English striker. From Harry Kelly. I'd say yeah.
I'd
maybe
say
innings or
yeah.
challenge.
Rubbish.
Currently, you know what? Currently, I'm gonna have to probably just go yeah.
Currently, right now, in this very moment, no, he's not, because he's injured and can't play football.
Well, yeah,
So-
I meant like this season. Yeah. Okay, so if we say currently right now because he's injured, then no, obviously.
Currently,
say
right now
right-
is Patrick Bamford.
Yeah.
If we say like right now as in this time era and all this kind of stuff, blah blah blah, then yes. Overall, no.
No, rubbish.
That's what I'll say.
I'll say yes, but because he's injured, Bamford.
He's not a striker. He's a centre attacking mid now.
He'll be centre back by the time he's 35.
He probably will. No, he'll be playing NFL by the time he's 35,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah,
He loves them that much. He does interviews with them every week, so they're playing football.
Yeah.
Who will be the priorities in the Championship playoffs? That was my question. If you don't say Reading. Oh yeah.
Reading.
I'll back my own team.
Reading.
I'll
Reading
back
up
us.
in
To
the
be
Prem.
fair, I could actually, if it finished Swansea, Watford, Bournemouth, I think I'd back us in the first leg especially. And if Bournemouth pulled off an upset against Swansea under Woodgate, I'd still back us to beat Bournemouth.
Well, I put down. I wanted Watford to go up just because of cycling GK, and because of Troy Deeney. I love those two. That's like dreaming. Realistically, I reckon Swansea will go up because they've had a great season. So I reckon Swansea. Sorry, Josh. I know it's a bit sour, but yeah.
I think we'd see a Reading Swansea playoff final. It's going to be a cagey affair where it's going to be a 0-0 for 120 minutes, and it's going to go to penalties like we did against Huddersfield. And hopefully we wouldn't bottle penalties in the playoffs like we did a few years ago when we had Liam Moore taking a penalty. Taking the third penalty, and he skied it over the bar.
I felt like
that ball was going to Mars, not in the goal. I think it's still flying up. I think hasn't landed yet. Hasn't landed.
Oh yeah, I've just seen it out my window actually.
Jesus Christ.
Next question from Roshan. Why is Burnley so boring?
I thought it needs to be addressed that way. It needs to be
Because you've got a
addressed.
bad team.
Yeah.
Because they're not good
They
enough for the
just
Prem.
don't score goals.
Because they know they don't. They know they have a championship team, so they have to defend for draws and get 38 points exactly.
I wish Pope was in a better team.
I honestly hope they finish on 38 points because it would be the best thing ever.
Oh yeah.
What football-related console game is better out of FIFA, PES, FM, and Rocket League? I'm going to rule out FIFA and PES because
Rocket
PES
League?
it's football-related. It's football-related. It's got a ball.
Yeah, he's
Give us cars, mate.
Yeah, it's car football. It's
Rocket
like
League
Yeah.
over FIFA.
Rocket League.
I'm going FIFA. I'm going FIFA.
FIFA.
I'm going Football Manager because I hate FIFA. So
Rocket
Okay.
League over
FIFA.
EA servers.
I'm thinking I'm saying FIFA. I've played FIFA from 2004 onwards. Like, I played those, so yeah, I'm going FIFA.
to be fair, FIFA for some of the nostalgic games, not right now. I hate FIFA right now.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I went on to play one game the other day and I disconnected from the EA servers and I thought that's it, I've had enough.
It
So
was an offline game.
that was enough for me. And it was squad battles against computer.
No. Tell you what's more painful? When you're streaming, you've got Josh Brown and Oshie and Tao who are all going, oh yeah, plays Latin and Akin Fenner up top. Yeah,
I put Kyle Walker in goal as well.
oh, Walker in goal, McGoldrick centre back. What am I supposed to do? Ozani's a right winger, is my right back. The guy has 23 defending, and he's my right back.
Yeah, you moaned you wanted old players, so I put Daniel Ozani in as the youngest player in FIFA.
Give me so many old players, they're all slow. They gave me the 52-year-old Japanese guy, Mura. 23 pace.
Probably quicker than me.
That's painful. And then I've got foot champs later that I'm streaming. That's going to be even more painful.
Oh.
God.
Joshua Brown put, I've heard a little secret that some big things are happening to the podcast. We'll leave that till the end.
Ooh.
Ooh.
A few questions from Tyler. Can Tuchel win trophies with Chelsea?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think he'll win. I think he'll win Prem next year. I think,
I mean, we have the squad.
He's not winning the Prem next year.
Well, I mean, you thought you were going to finish top four,
Winning
you
the
know. So
Prem next
sometimes
year.
things are realistic.
no.
Winning the Prem next year. You thought you were going to win the league.
I mean, you thought you were making Champions League, so I don't know why you're laughing 9-0.
Win the Prem. It's like every Chelsea fan at the beginning of every season. We're going to win the Prem. We're going to win the Prem. Oh no, we're not even in the top four.
I love how Abby got so salty. Goes, shut up, you 9-0.
I know. It doesn't affect me.
I could see them doing it though.
Last season we were in the bottom three for the first half.
I could see them doing it though. I think they could have a decent. They have a decent squad.
Look at her, she's well upset.
I don't think. Yeah.
Next question.
In a Prem with a 40 million striker who can't finish. They win the past them, whose debut, he got no dribbles or passes completed. His only good game was against.
Where's your centre backs? Where's your centre backs? Where?
They buy it. If they just spend more money, they spend another 200 million. I'd back it.
They spend 200 mil a week. It's right. They'll just spend all the money they want and then get another transfer ban.
This is descended into chaos. Oh. Chelsea.
Braxton, can we move on to the next question, please?
Are there any ideas of improvements to the society you have for the future? Hopefully out of COVID.
No, it's gonna get worse. No, I'm joking.
Hopefully COVID goes away soon and we can have some more socials. We have
big plans. We have many ideas.
We've got big plans. We have Sunday. We have the five-a-side league hopefully coming up.
Oh,
If
don't mention
ever.
that.
That happens. No, there's two. There'll be a Thursday one, hopefully if we can, which is the competitive one. Hopefully there might be a Sunday one. For everyone to play. Abby's had arguments with very many people, so we will not get into that. Yeah, that's about it really. And there's just more drinking socials, quizzes, stuff like that. Gaming tournaments coming out.
Potential clothing.
My big
Lincoln FC trips.
Championship.
Yeah.
in the championship.
There's also this could be a little spanner in the works, a little preview. We could potentially start a Sunday league team. You never know. We could register as a Sunday league team. Yeah, we can have a whole.
We have if we have the players. We have the players and the subs.
We need active members, please. That will train, and then yes, we can do a Sunday league team.
Nice. I've got a big boy quiz coming up next week, so look forward to that. It's going to be a masterclass. It's going to be a masterpiece. Next question.
Don't show them the answers. You'll be fine.
Yeah, true. Next question from the men's football team. What do you think of the new ULMFC's new kit launching this weekend? I haven't seen a photo of it,
I'll get.
I have seen a slight clip from someone. I'm not sure who put it up. It might have been Nathan. It might have been their thing. But it is brand new. Don't know when they're going to wear it yet, but hopefully that'll be soon. Hopefully we can go down to one of their games and cover it, as we spoke before about it. It looks nice. I've seen a little bit of a clip of it. It does look quite nice.
Where have you seen the clip?
I don't know, because I forget many things like that. Someone's social media. I don't know if it was Nathan's.
It was
no. I think it was on their story.
Oh,
so it must have 24 hours gone.
I missed
it's
it.
not on their main page.
All I saw was their old red kit, but then obviously
I'll see if they put it in their highlights.
Blue, white, and yellow, like the normal cut.
I'll be excited to see it. That's what.
Yeah, I will.
We also have a member that plays them as well. Charlie plays for them.
Oh, does he?
Does he?
Yes, he plays for them. Yep. In the first team.
Yes, Charlie.
Charlie could have played for them, but he just didn't want to carry on. I just missed the trials, so that was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted to go for the trials.
I wanted to go
if
for
you
them.
see my footballing ability, there's a lack of it, so I probably won't make any team.
I'm gonna try for it next year. Definitely gonna try for it next year.
I'll give it a try next year.
Shall we all go for it next year? Nathan, I'm coming back. Nathan, I hope you're doing a Masters, mate, because I'm coming back.
Nice.
Right, next question. We got a triple threat from Luke. How will Minamino do at Southampton?
That's a hard one, isn't it, really?
He won't get picked over Walcott on the right hand side, so he'll be out of position on the left wing, and he might do all right.
Potentially, I don't have
high hopes. Don't want to sign him.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really want him in the team as a Southampton perspective. And looking on social media, everyone was just commenting, he's not a fullback. What's he gonna do? Let's add him to the 10 attackers we've already got. But no, hopefully he'll scores, but I don't really have high hopes of him getting picked over the players that we already have, unless injury falls.
Fair enough.
I think we're going to go back to Chelsea. Is Tuchel capable of getting Chelsea top four?
What this season or next season?
Are we going back again?
Yeah.
This season.
I think this season, yeah.
Yeah. I've always said from the start that it's a possibility. I mean, I think we're only 4 points. We're 4 points behind Liverpool, I think, and that is quite interesting.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure.
I've already stated out to many people that
you should be sure. You should be sure.
Are we actually 4 points behind Liverpool?
Yeah.
I mean, that actually says something about the season that everybody's having. The fact that we went through a month without hardly winning a game against Luton or just Luton and Morecambe, and now we're 4 points behind Liverpool. I mean, that's just incredible. It's just so open.
I said if McGoldrick doesn't score this week against Chelsea, then I said Chelsea would get top four.
We'll find out then.
We'll find out,
shall we? Find out.
So, if McGoldrick scores, Chelsea are not getting top four. If McGoldrick doesn't score, then Chelsea could potentially get top four.
I'm saying this now. Everyone put McGoldrick in your fantasy and captain him.
Yeah, put him in because I'm not putting him in, so then he will definitely score. Literally every player I reject or I just take out of my squad somehow scores. So yeah.
Yeah, I think top 4. I think yes.
Right.
Cool.
Final question before we cover the big one from Brown. Should Mourinho's job be questioned? Possibly.
I said that
been a
last
bit poor.
week. Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, I think because he's brought the players in that he wants.
Second season.
Yeah, it's his first full season though, but it is his second season.
Yeah, if it's his full, but if first full season, nah, leave him alone. If he carries on next season, then yeah, maybe.
I agree. I
don't think it should be questioned at the moment.
No, not at the moment.
Everyone's having a rough patch this season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Before we go to the last question, I had a few DMs from people in other societies who had seen our story but decided not to reply to it, which is a bit weird, but I don't know why. So one of them was, who is your favorite Bundesliga team and player from that team?
Dortmund and Haaland. I really like Haaland. And I've always kind of had a soft spot for Dortmund, even though I have a Dortmund shirt and a Bayern shirt, but I don't care.
Oh,
I don't care. I just wear football shirts. I like
yeah, that's the same for me.
I think.
What about you, Abby?
Yeah, I'd probably say Dortmund. I've always wanted to get the upper hand on Bayern. They've never done it really. And yeah, I mean, I quite like Haaland as well, but I quite like Thorgan Hazard. I think he's quite a good player as well.
Fair enough.
Mine's actually Leipzig and Sabitzer.
Oh,
I don't know. I think
you're
they've
hated in Germany, mate. You're hated.
I know they are. I know they are. It's because they have a different way of doing things, and I don't think people should frown upon it just because it's not the norm. It's not a rule. So what's the issue? Get a grip.
It's not their fault that Red Bull took over, invested a load of money.
Get a grip.
Mine is.
I mean, it's the owner's choice to put so much money into the club.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
My one I went with is Borussia Mönchengladbach, and then obviously Marcus Thuram. I've gone through a big spell where I used to love like Bayern Leverkusen, and we like plays like Kevin Volland and stuff like that. But I don't know. The last season where it was Thuram and Alessandro Player up top. Oh, I love that duo watching the Bundesliga. So yeah, at the moment they're my favourite. The other question that was in here, let me try and take a look for it. Oh yeah. If you could increase any attribute in your own footballing ability, what would it be?
Pace.
Shooting. Finishing.
You're a goalkeeper. Why would you be finishing?
If I was outfield and I was somehow 6 yards in and someone passed it to me, I don't want to put the ball over the bar. Like I did twice in the space of 30 seconds with either foot. First on my right, and it went over the bar. Jacob Austin just puts his head in his hands, and I get it again, fizzed in, try and do it with my left.
You denied me of 2 assists then at that point.
That was Chris though. That was Chris that laid the balls into me.
I gave you both of them.
I thought it was Chris.
Really? I gave you both. And you put both over the bar. And I was like, oh my.
We just started laughing.
Let's assume it's for you being a goalkeeper, Braxton. And then what ability?
Okay, goalkeeper. Then I'd probably go catching. Trying to catch the balls.
Fair enough. So Abby said pace. Brown, what did you say?
I'd like to be able to do a few more skill moves dribbling wise. So I have to go with that one.
For me, I said jumping because I'm a small guy. I can jump relatively well, but I want to get a bit higher. Win some headers for once.
You want a Ronaldo 2-meter ability?
You know what? That got beaten actually. That got beaten by some player. Like I think it's like Mother. I think he played for like Motherwell or something. One of their centre backs managed to beat the record. Yeah.
Jeez. Wow. Fair play.
I saw that the other day. I think that's all of them potentially. Yeah. Oh no, the other one here, the last one before. Are you interested in any other sports? That was the other one.
Cricket, Formula One. Maybe watch this space. Maybe me and another society member might be creating a Formula One society for next year.
That's what I tried to do last year. Nobody was interested.
You're teasing me. You nutty.
Nutty.
I'm not. Those are the two I'm mainly interested in. I'll probably watch the NFL Super Bowl final this weekend.
I won't.
I have to try and get myself into it. I tried watching it last year, but because they take ad breaks out of every play where they're changing their lineups because of the attacking and the defending, it just I just got a little bit lost track. I like basketball as well, but I haven't watched too much of it. But yeah, that's me.
Fair enough.
Well, I played dodgeball last year all year. I was okay, I guess, but I like playing it. Obviously, I don't really follow any sort of like professional dodgeball, but playing wise, I enjoy that. Cricket, I love watching that. And then I tend to watch the snooker just because my granddad got me into it, and then I think that's the main ones, really.
Fair enough.
Probably behind football is probably Formula One, then rugby. Like watching NFL. I'm not necessarily know a lot about it, but I quite enjoy watching it. Do you know what? That's about it. And I enjoy watching the Olympics. I mean, if cricket's on, I watch it because my dad likes it. Yeah. Oh, and I like, running. I don't run, but I like watching people run. That makes sense.
Fair enough.
Are you gonna watch me run past your house then when you come back?
I'll wave. Just give me a text and I'll just wave. Because at least I won't be in isolation for the 5,000th time now.
Right. The things coming up on the podcast. So this is the end of season 1. We've learned, we've adapted, we've had a little chat to a member of the society, and we're going to have some improvements. We're going to have a nice new layout. I'm going to make some new snazzy titles as well. Get a hashtag going on the YouTube. Try
visuals improvement.
Yes.
Yep.
And it will be most important. Season 2 will be up on Spotify. I won't upload the season 1 ones because I'm not going to go back through that. I'll start uploading to Spotify for season 2.
Very nice.
Yeah. We had a nice meeting discussing potential ideas, brainstorming. I'm assuming the member won't mind his name being mentioned, will he? We had Tyler. Pardon? What?
I was going to say I don't think he would be bothered if we mentioned his name.
Okay, yeah, cool. I halfway said it then. Tyler wanted to give us some feedback because obviously he's big on his streaming and visuals and editing and stuff like that in his spare time. He came at us with a lot of good ideas. Seemed very passionate about it. So yeah, we're taking everything on board, and we're gonna show you what we can do. Show you how we can improve. Get ready. Get ready.
Watch this space.
We've got a re-roll of guests as well. So obviously the whole guest list has restarted. This time, instead of having 2 guests per week, because now there's 4 of us on the committee, we'll be doing 1 guest per week. We will aim to try and obviously get everyone's faces shown and stuff. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry. You don't have to show us your face. We'll just put... I say we will. Tyler will just put something over the top of it or something like that. They're still engaging. And potentially, we might look to expand a bit further out into other people instead of just our own society. But yeah, that's all coming up as well.
Yeah,
that's cool. It also means there'll be a lot more episodes in season 2 as well because
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll record this on a Thursday at about 4:30, and then we will send it. I'll send it off to Tyler. He'll edit it. I'll get it back, and it will be out for around 6 p.m. I think 6 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah.
either Friday or
Yeah.
potentially Saturday as well, depending.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler the editor.
Yeah,
No
that's
more
what
Forget
Tyler
Tyler the creator.
Not Tyler the
Not Tyler
creator.
the creator, Tyler
We've
the
got
editor.
Tyler the editor.
Yeah.
My gosh.
What do you mean, my gosh?
So it's just
Really?
funny. I don't know who Tyler the
Yes.
Creator is, so I don't know.
He's a
But no,
musician.
big shout out to Tyler. If you don't already know him, please go follow his Twitch stream. It's Immortal Galaxy 11. He does stream a lot of good stuff on there, so I would recommend going out and give him a little view, give him a little follower. You know, everything helps. But yeah,
Lovely.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that is it for episode 9. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining
Yes.
us. Thanks for listening this far in. Again, well, it's shorter this time, so I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, that's the end of season 1, and we'll see you for season 2. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao. Ciao. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Very nice.
Yeah.